If you've ever made a mistake in your life, like this video. I'm about to like my own damn video because I know I done made some mistakes. I done made plenty of them, and as long as I keep living, I'm gonna make plenty more. What's good, YouTube? I go by the name of Q. If you're unfamiliar, if you are familiar, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. This video is one I've been wanting to make for a while, and the time is finally here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of insight. I need y'all to put y'all seatbelt on. Put y'all seatbelt on because these mistakes, some of them may be common, some of them may be off the wall. I just know that if you live your truth, nobody can use it against you. So I'm just going to keep it a bean as I always am. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. And the mistakes I'm talking about are money mistakes. My biggest money mistakes. And I'm going to list them from the least to the worst. All are pretty bad. All of them I learned from, and all of them I'm glad to be sharing with you guys. So who's ever watching this, hopefully you can avoid those mistakes because I'll never do those things again. The first mistake was intentionally overdrafting on my account. When I was 16 years old, I had a checking account with Washington Mutual, and Washington Mutual, they don't even exist anymore. WAMU was bought by Chase somewhere around 2008, 2000 something early 2000s. When I was broke, right, I had a couple dollars coming in from my summer jobs. I would get a few dollars from my mom. When she passed, she left me some money, so I was getting about $600 per month from her. So I had some money coming in. I had a steady income, but I also had a really bad spending habit. So my spending habits were terrible. I had a car, right? I bought a car when I was 16. As soon as I got my license. Matter of fact, I bought my car before I even had a license. I had a permit and I bought my car. So as soon as I got that L's, I could just take off, right? I also had a spending habit when it came to shoes. Every pair of Jordans that came out, your boy was copping them. I was getting them early sometimes, paying the extra $50 to $100 just to get them a week early so I can walk around school talking about some, yeah. Ain't nobody got these. I'm the only one with these unless somebody else bought them exclusive. Clothes was another big issue. I was spending a lot of money on clothes. So all of that led me to multiple overdrafts. I would go to the bank, know I didn't have the money, and what Washington Mutual would do, you can take out up to $400, right? Say if you had $10 in your account, you can take out $410 as long as you pay it back within a 24 to 48 hour span, I believe. I think it was 48 hours. So I took the money out a couple times knowing damn well I didn't have no intentions on paying that money back. I just kept withdrawing, kept overdrafting, and those overdraft fees, they started piling up. They started piling up until it got overwhelming. I think I got it to about $1,300. $1,300. So after that, I didn't have the money to pay it back, and I was just going with the wind. Like I said, I had my little toy car. Anywhere I can go, I was gone. I didn't think about paying Washington Mutual back. So you know that led to them closing my account. And from them closing my account, it took me over a decade to be able to open another bank account because I had that X. They saw those overdrafts. They seen how much of a liability I was. Word got out. This guy just takes money. He don't put it back. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. I regret it. But at the end of the day, I was having a lot of fun. I was fresh as hell in my own car doing whatever I wanted to do at 16. Yeah, not a lot of people was doing that. My second mistake. Now this was a couple years after. So you know, cars. I'm still a car guy. I'm still a big car guy. But this time, I was 18 years old. I had a job at CVS, you know, fresh out of high school. It was 2008. I'll never forget it. I graduated class of 2007. The year was 2008. And I was working at CVS. I started making a decent amount of money. But I got tired of driving my dad's Chevy S10 pickup because it was rusty. It had like 200 something thousand miles on it. And you can't pick up no chicks and no you can't pick up no girls in no pickup truck that's a stick shift that's got rust on it, that's loud as hell, you can hear it 2 blocks away when you pulling up. Nah, I needed something new, I needed something fresh. So of course, instead of going to buy a new used decent car, I started strolling the car lots. I'm in Chicago, so Western Avenue has, they got a bunch of used car lots. Just go all the way down for miles, and it's those cheap little, you know, those stupid rinky dink lots. Buy here, pay here, $500 down, stupid stuff like that. And I got excited. I saw the bright sign, $500 down. Okay. I'm sorry, this is so embarrassing to share, but it's real. It's really real. $500 down. I'm like, bet. I got $500. I got more than $500, but let me go see what they talking about. I go in there. I didn't need no cosign. I didn't need no good credit. Nothing. They said good credit, bad credit, no credit, whatever. We got you. I'm like, all right. Put the 500 down, and I got the car. Mind you, the year's 2008. The car I financed was a 2002 Dodge Intrepid. I played myself. I played myself. Why are you financing a car that's 6 years old already and it had 140,000 miles? So that's how thirsty I was. As long as the exterior was clean, as long as the body was clean, I didn't care about nothing. That car broke down almost every other week. Almost every other week. And on top of that, I ended up losing my job. I got fired from CVS because I was working overnight, and people would constantly come in there and shoplift. So they expected me to be security. I'm like, I don't own none of this stuff. Somebody stole over $25,000 worth of merchandise on my watch. Have at it. I'm not security. Like, I'm just a cashier, whatever. They fired me. I lost my job. I lost my car. My car was repossessed. Repossessed. They sent me a notice. It was a 10-day notice. I got it in the mail. They say you got to this date to pay us or we're coming to get the car. I made sure I parked the car right in front of the house. I would look out the window. I would make sure it was still there every morning. 2 days after I got that notice, the car was gone. I kid you not. They repoed the car and I was sick. I was sick. So they took that, and that repo stayed on my credit for a long time, 7 years actually. So that was the second biggest money mistake I made. The third biggest money mistake I made, and this one kind of ties in to the Intrepid ordeal. I went to college, and I took out student loans, right? Student loans wasn't a mistake as a whole, but when I graduated from college in 2010, the fact that they gave me a year of grace, they gave me a year from 2010 to 2011. I didn't have to pay anything back. They say you get a year of grace. I'm like, okay, cool. That year went by, I didn't pay nothing back. And a couple more years went by, I didn't pay nothing back. The school sent me letters, they emailed me, they gave me calls. So since I ignored them because I was just living life doing what I wanted to do, I wasn't even thinking about that school. I wasn't thinking about them loans. I wasn't thinking about paying them back. Of course, my student loan defaulted. I defaulted on my student loan, and that $16,000 balance that I had when I graduated turned into $29,000. 16,000, 29,000. Plus interest over the life of the loan that I just finished paying back this year. That was one of my biggest money mistakes ever, and I kind of regret it, but I kind of don't. I don't regret it because I learned a lot through this process of paying all that money back over the last 4 years of my life. That's taught me things about money that, I probably never would have learned, had I never went to college and took out those student loans. But it was a mistake by ignoring them. I didn't try to settle anything. I was just going with the flow. Maybe it'll disappear. Maybe it'll disappear. If I just ignore these student loans, maybe it'll wipe off. Maybe my slate will be wiped clean if I just keep going and let the years go by. That is not how that worked. That is not how that worked. All right, last mistake. Save the best for last. Like I said, this was the worst. This was the biggest. This is the one This is the one that y'all been waiting for, and it's not what you think. But here we go. My biggest money mistake ever. This goes back to when I was in 6th grade. I had really long hair. I had long hair for majority of my life, and I used to braid my hair. I always wanted to get my hair braided by a professional, someone who was gonna put the cool little designs in there and, make it look real nice. Everybody else I knew who braided hair, they would do an okay job, but since I didn't have to pay, of course you get what you pay for. I lived in a house with 10 people when I was younger. One of those 10 people being my big sister. She's got 12 years on me. She's 12 years older than me. She's working. She's a grown woman. She got her income taxes one year, and she would keep all of her income tax money in her top drawer in our room because we shared a room. In order for me to get my hair braided, I knew how much it cost. I knew how much it cost. There's a barber shop down the street at the corner. I went and inquired about getting some braids. They said $30. I'm like, all right, cool. I go in my sister's top drawer where she keeps all the cash. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, but it's honest. I went in there and took $60. I took three $20 bills out of that top drawer, and I'm like, bet, I'm about to go get fresh. I'm about to go get my hair braided. Go to the barbershop, get my hair braided. Now, one thing about barbershop, you hear the terms, you hear the sayings, barbershop talk, gossip, chatter. I go in there, everybody in the hood know me, everybody in the hood know my sister, everybody in the hood know my family. Like, this barbershop is on my block. I go over there, get fresh, come back home. My sister come home from work. She come home from work. I hear that screen door open, and when I say she didn't ask no questions, she didn't say no words. It was literally on site. She grabbed me. She grabbed me, hand me up, put hands on me. Put hands on me. I'm surprised she didn't put hands and feet on me. But she put hands on me because she heard word around town. Your little brother just came in here and got his hair braided, flashing all types of money around. Where he gets his money from? Where he gets his money from? Mind you, I'm from the west side of Chicago. The west side of Chicago, one of the toughest neighborhoods in the entire United States. My sister is a tomboy. My sister is a reformed gang member who used to run with the Four Corner Hustlers. She don't play. She do not play. She don't play. She didn't play then, and she don't play now. It's just in her blood. She wasn't playing with me. She was not playing with me. She already knew what was up. She came in the. I'm having flashbacks now, just thinking about it. She came in the house and she effed me up pretty bad. She effed me up pretty bad for for taking money from her because she knew that was the only money in the house, and I had to be her personal slave for the next month in order to pay her back. So I spent $30 on my braids, put $10 towards tips, so I spent $40 total, and I still had a dub left over. So I brought the $20 home, gave her the $20, and I was pretty much an indentured servant for the next 30 days just to pay her back. That was my biggest mistake for sure. Let me know in the comments your biggest money mistakes. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I go by the name of Q, and like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I'll holler at y'all next video. Peace.